Our first stop in Georgia was Tallulah Gorge State Park. This is one of the ones that we were super excited about because we have not been to this park yet. The campground was super basic. The sites were paved and they did have water and electric hookup, but they did not have a gray or black area at the site. So we, of course, managed to overflow our gray tank when we were doing dishes. It backed up into the bathtub, so we ended up dealing with that first thing this morning when we left. The bathhouses, y'all know that my kids are super critical on these bathhouses. They were clean and everything was in working order. They were super cold, which turns off most of my kids anyways. They were cold and they just had, basic amenities. They had sinks and they had a little area that you could shower in. After the girls walk in first time, and they'll determine right off the bat, right when we get there, if they're going to shower there or if they're not. And they opted to wait until we get to the next place before showering. We were super surprised when we went to do some laundry, and it cost $3.75 to wash the clothes, and then it cost an additional $3 to dry the clothes. We were super disappointed in that, and that we've been paying for the last 5 months. We've been paying $1.25 at Don Carter. Let me show you the real reason that everyone comes to Tallulah Gorge. It's obviously the amazing views. Sweet Haviland and Blake picked me flowers the entire hike. Dad and Lynn gave the girls these water bottles, and they have bucket list stickers. So each state we come to, they get to add a sticker. The gorge, there's a split, and it takes you to the interpretive center. And this area, it's sort of like a mini museum. It talks about different exhibits there, like what types of animals live there: groundhogs, red-tailed hawks, bobcats, white-tailed deer, copperheads, and bears. We'll be glad to know that we did not see any of these animals on this visit. It also has like a mini museum that it talks about all the different things in the area, what happened, and it talks about the railway coming through. There's a little museum that talks about different styles of clothing and different eras and things like that. Our kids' probably favorite portion of the museum was when they talked about the different movies that were made there. I know that Deliverance was filmed here. There was I think The Great Railway, there was a railroad movie that Disney filmed there, and lots of different movies that were filmed. I think our favorite fact from Tallulah Gorge is the one that took place on July 18th, 1970, when Carl Walenda walked across the gorge on a cable that was only 2 inches in diameter. It was 1,000 feet across, and it was suspended 750 feet above the river. He made it across in 541 steps in just under 18 minutes, all while holding a 36-pound balancing pole. He later died in Puerto Rico while attempting to walk on a cable that was suspended between 2 buildings. Back up we go. Blake did so well this entire hike. We've been working with her for several weeks on increasing the distance and the length of time that she's able to walk. And here she is completing the entire hike by herself without requiring anyone to hold her, crying, fussing, nothing. She did a great job. It was 26 floors, 8,449 steps for that little baby to do that, and she did so great. We were so proud of her. Immediately upon arriving back to the campground, the kids went out to play with their friends they had met when we first arrived. This is the best part about this lifestyle. The kids get to meet friends in every location that we go to. I know many people were worried about this, about how the kids were going to have friends, and this is exactly it. They play with someone everywhere we go. While the kids were playing, Brandon and I finished dinner. We had hamburgers, loaded chili cheese tater tots, and it was amazing.